Sweet. What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of AthlEATS. I'm your host, Sydney Staples, and this time around, we're in Tuscaloosa to see the nutrition and performance side of Alabama football. Okay, so please introduce yourself and what your role is here at Alabama.
My name is Amanda Branson, Director of Performance Nutrition for Olympic Sports, and I've been here going on my 8th year.
Wow, you've been here a while, so how has performance and nutrition really changed over the past few years here?
We're really lucky to have had a foundation laid by a very strong leader and mentor in sports nutrition. She really laid the groundwork and built our department to where it is now with as many staff members as it has and the brain behind this beautiful dining facility. So we're really lucky to have inherited that well-built machine from her.
So there's actually like multiple dining facilities in this building that we're in right now. Can you talk about the levels and why it is so?
Yeah, so the football takes place upstairs, the feeding of them, and then downstairs is going to be all of our Olympic sports, and we set it up that way just to make sure that we're able to serve our athletes quick and make sure that, you know, when 60 football players come in off of a practice field, that our Olympic sports are able to get served, you know, just as fast and everything. So the food can be much fresher for both floors and equally prepped, and that way it can make sure we're feeding everyone in a pretty timely manner to get to tutor sessions, practice, lifts, whatever they have going on. We kind of built some booths over there in the corner, so if kids have a break in between the day, a lot of them will take their homework out and eat lunch while they're doing homework. So we've tried to make it comfortable for those types of scenarios. We modeled all the chairs to be kind of wider set because, again, we have some wider framed individuals, to making sure they're sitting comfortably at the chairs. High top tables, again, for our longer limbed athletes, again, making sure everyone's able to sit comfortably. Some things that you wouldn't think about when you're kind of designing a facility.
So just off to the side, I'm seeing a lot of food options for athletes to choose from. What do they got here?
So we always have 2 protein options on the line, and then we'll have a few starch options that are already cooked. And then in case we have some picky athletes, we just want like a rice or a couscous, we always have like a build your own grain bowl off to the side. We always have plenty of fresh fruit that's cut in-house, and then an extensive salad bar with some composed salads or a build your own. And then these 2 stations right here, again, kind of honing towards our picky athletes, you can kind of build your own. So today we have grilled cheese bar, which is definitely the athlete favorite. And then in the back we have pasta bar, another athlete favorite. So plenty of options for the picky athlete and the not so picky athlete.
So we're upstairs in the football dining hall now with Micah, the football sous chef. So take me through this space. I mean, what's different about this from where we just were?
There's not much that is different except for the fact that it is just for the football players. They're able to come up here after practice, after they go to treatment, come straight here, get food so that they're getting active recovery as soon as they get off the field.
Okay, comfort food in general. I know that there's something special that you know a lot about when it comes to the players here, is home recipes being sent in to be prepared for them. Why? What started it?
Well, it actually started in about 2023. They're here for freaking 12 months out of the year. So how can we get home into this building? Okay, we reach out to their families. What do they like to eat there? When they go home, the off chance that they do, what do they say? Mom, I need you to make this. Okay, how do we emulate that here? We get this recipes, and then we cook it for them here. We'll put it out either on the island to make a whole display. We're talking about baby pictures, a message from mom, and you know, it makes them feel like a home away from home. Let's say we're going to play in Florida or Arkansas. We'll do smoked whole alligators, we'll do smoked whole pigs, and we'll put them out on the island for the guys to eat at. You know, and they literally they sit there and destroy it. They pull it apart, and it's interactive. They're having fun. They're taking pictures, they're posting it on Instagram. They're working hard. We're about to go into game day operations, and it's like, okay, now I can relax a little bit and come up here. And some of these guys have never had an alligator or eaten a whole pig or even seen, you know, an animal that large outside of it being just a steak on their plate. So it's just one extra way to introduce them to something new while also like sticking it to the other team.
You get to travel with the football team. So you're the chef that gets to go with them on the road. What's that like, and how does that differ from what you do here in this building?
I mean, honestly, the goal when I'm on the road is to pick this building up and move it to wherever hotel we're at. We don't want the guys to feel like they are in an unfamiliar place, even though they are. We want the food to taste the same cuts of meat. We want the same kind of fresh produce. We want to take the standard that we have here and bring it to whatever hotel we're at.
Now we're here with the general manager of Bona Petite, Miss Ashley, can you tell me about the company and how it's involved here at Alabama?
Yeah, so Bona Petite started out in the late 80s as a restaurant company. So the whole idea of this company was to change the thought and the mindset behind the dining culture and the cafeteria feel. Our purpose in that was to get fresh ingredients. We love to work with local farmers and local producers of items, whether it be bakery items, small producers of things within a 150-mile radius. And we want fresh ingredients. We want things cooked from scratch. So everything we do here is from scratch, from our stocks to our gravies to our salsas. We're not taking frozen foods. We're not opening cans. Our chefs are working day in and day out with the dietitians and with the athletes to see what they need, what their wants are, to make sure they're really fueling what they need.
What is special about working with Alabama specifically?
I think just their mindset and what they're wanting to do, and they're wanting to be at the forefront, be a forerunner in their field. Bona Petite's the same way. We really want to be the leader in everything that we do. And so I think it just kind of was a relationship that was kind of meant to be together.
So now we're with Evan, an executive chef here. What goes into what you do here with Alabama football?
My name is Evan Culpepper. I am the executive chef for Bona Petite at the University of Alabama Athletics Department. In this building, we try our best to make memories for these players. We do that by just basically being creative on the culinary side. We figure out what they like, we figure out what they don't like, and we make it happen.
What's your favorite thing to cook for the athlete?
It will have to be anywhere between our whole animal concept, and we do a really good tomahawk here.
Where do you guys source your food from?
Bona Petite is very big on farm to fork vendors, which basically means we support local businesses that are 150 miles from our kitchens. We do have big purveyors like Cisco, and we have a produce company, but we pride ourselves on using farm to fork. So generally, Bona Petite is about 20% farm to fork, but here in this building, we have committed to a whopping 54%. So 54% of our product comes from a farm. As far as protein goes, about 75% comes from farms, and we are so happy to say that we also partner with a farm to fork group. They're called the Common Market of Georgia. Basically, they are aggregate. They bring in a lot of different farms, and they give us produce. We get rice, we get flour, we get fresh berries, we get watermelons, and it's all stuff that's just grown literally within 150 miles of this building.
So now we're with the director of football performance here at Alabama, our girl, Allie. Tell me about you and what brought you here to Alabama.
So I've been with our head coach, DeBoer, for the last 4 seasons. And so he brought me along up to Washington and then brought me down here to Alabama. And so it's been great to have that relationship, kind of continuing our success together. And it's great to be here with him and be kind of called upon.
As a registered dietitian, what is it that you do? What makes your job so unique?
So I oversee our entire staff here on the football side of nutrition. But then really it's diving deep into what our athletes need on a day-to-day basis, in season, out of season for nutrition, and how does that help their performance? That's really kind of everything that we oversee here, and just really making sure that we're giving everything appropriate for their needs. Every single athlete that comes through these walls will be either stopped by a dietitian or they will stop by and talk to a dietitian. They really want to know what their nutrition plan is and really be the best athlete that they can be on and off the field, truly.
What kind of tools do you guys use as dietitians to ensure helping these student athletes?
It's a multidisciplinary approach of what we do with different staff members and different performance metrics that we use. So we're doing body composition using a DEXA machine. We do hydration testing. Here in the dining hall, we use Teamworks Nutrition, Note Meal, and it helps us drive the innovation and product availability for our players.
So tell me about how you guys use Teamworks Nutrition.
Yes, we have so many different services. The big thing is it's a dietitian platform, so we can use it for meal plans, hydration plans. We can use it for assessing goals for each individual. So if someone has to reach X amount of ounces in a day, we can set a goal on here for them, and then we can send reminders. So kind of like a text message, but all within one platform. And then we have a kitchen platform aside as well. And that really allows the guys to order food in advance on this device here, or they can order it on their phone if they're in class. You'll see everything that's laid out on the menu for that single day, and you can look in advance. So if you're someone who wants to prep your meals for the entire week, you can do that in advance, send them in already. Everything's already done. It's gonna be ready for you on time. We have a huge account here, and it's really a really great resource for us.
Okay, so Allie, we're here in the weight room right now. What will bring you to this part of the facility?
Yep, so right behind us, this is our nutrition bar. This is where we service all of our student athletes from a pre and post workout recovery nutrition. We do a lot of our body goal weights down here. We weigh the guys in every single day. It's another touch point for us to meet with our athletes from a performance side of things, not food service. We'll have smoothies laid up here right after a lift, right after a practice, something. Some days we might move it outside to get different types of, interactions in different places and things, but this is really the hub for everything performance nutrition related on and off the field.
Performance-wise, what is some of the data that you guys get to track and really hone in on here?
So nutrition can play a huge factor into someone's daily performance and overall as they develop here as a student athlete in Alabama. I mean, we're tracking so many different metrics from nutrition, from sports science, from a strength and conditioning standpoint, and it really goes in that person's specific, I guess you could say, folder of performance, okay? DEXA, body composition, we are testing for their body weight, fat mass, lean muscle mass, curating what then would be their nutrition plan or their fueling plan, but then it comes back for their goals too. So I have to know, how do they move in the weight room? How do they move out on the field? I have to know power metrics that our sports science collects. I have to know someone's speed. And so really looking at all the different metrics, it's kind of like that aha moment where it's like, oh, I can be bigger and I can be more explosive, I can be more powerful and still have a top record speed for my position. I think that's so impactful for what we do from a nutrition standpoint.